Round 2 VPL action here at Kingston Heath Soccer Complex. South Melbourne travelling to take on the Southern Stars. And after both teams started well last week, it'll be a tough matchup tonight, John.
It certainly will, David. Southern Stars holding reigning champions Dandenong Thunder to a 0-0 draw last week, whereas South travelled down to Green Gully and defeated them for the first time there in 27 years. South will be looking to get 2 wins in a row to match their start from last year.
And we're ready to get underway now. South looking sharp from the kickoff. Biles plays that one long. Van Eken, he's been exciting already. And he plays that one in here. Chance now. Tyson Holmes keeps his feet. Tries to look for the space. Holmes with the shot. Goes wide in the end, but South Melbourne stating their intention early to go on the attack. Keenan goes inboard. That one comes straight back. It's ping-ponged around, but now there's a chance for Tyson Holmes again. Holmes with the space and the shot takes out the side netting. A better chance that time. South Melbourne, all the attacking opportunities early.
South getting on top of the game nice and early, David. Tyson Holmes with his second opportunity of the game so far. A very positive start from him. In the end, his shot has just gone wide of the goal.
Southern Stars looking a bit disrupted going forward. Nothing clear. Hatzimuratis chops this one off in the middle. Goes for a bit of run. Hatzimuratis lays off a shot. Well, the intention was right, but he didn't quite execute as well as he might have that time. Gasparis floats that one in, looking towards the penalty spot. Headed clear. Keenan straight back to Gasparis. Gasparis puts that one in high for Sean Kelly. And a chance there for Kelly, but in the end cleared away by Southern Stars. South Melbourne close to opening them up here. Holmes plays that one with Hatzimuratis, who chips forward. Great chance. Gasparis on the left foot over the bar. Well, that was close that time. He tried to match his finish from last week. South Melbourne all over Southern Stars here.
Definitely the move of the match, David, as Hatzimuratis finds Gasparis, who is onside, and he tries a very audacious chip there of the goalkeeper. In the end, it goes harmlessly over the bar. A great move by South.
Kearney. A bit of a general in the midfield there. Plays that one forward. Keenan on the left foot. Keenan plays it in deep. Van Eken's not there. A chance now. Oh, Meredith, it was nearly in. Van Eken, it's still around. And eventually the ball's cleared. It looks like Koch managed to block that twice there, John. Well, that was very close.
Very much so, David. It's definitely a Koch block here as Meredith goes for a point-blank shot. And the goalkeeper does very well to save it. And it also follows up with the save on RVE as well before Southern Stars clear the ball. A fantastic double save there.
Well, trying to roll it out this time. Southern Stars, they're certainly playing everyone back. And South Melbourne simply attacking now. Keenan with the shot and saved again by Koch. Well, they just can't clear their line, Southern Stars. Keenan again. Had a lot of it. Plays that one in. Looked like a bit of a deflection. Goes clear. Van Eken shouts for handball. Van Eken wanted the penalty that time, but nothing doing from the referee.
I think it was too close to be called handball, David. As we look at the replay, Van Eken has a shot. Yes, the arms are up, but it'll be a very tight call to give. In the end, the penalty not given.
Corner played short by Van Eken. Links up with Holmes. Van Eken puts that one in deep. Ball kept alive by Biles. Chance now for Norton. Norton! Koch takes that one again. South Melbourne, don't know how they haven't broken through yet. While playing that very defensive game, they're going to struggle to get it out here, and they have again. Chance now. Gasparis, he has space for the shot. Gasparis from range, it's gone in. 1-0 South Melbourne. Gasparis again. He's an early prolific scorer this season. The keeper looked wrong-footed. I think that one took a deflection, John, but it doesn't matter. It's 1-0 South Melbourne.
Great pressure here by South, and it forces Southern Stars to give the ball away. The ball is played to Gasparis, who goes from long range, and I think it's taken a deflection. Yes, from the replay, it looks like it's taken a deflection there off Andrew Viola and into the back of the net, wrong-footing the goalkeeper. Nothing less than South deserve, however.
Gasparis again. Looks excited with that goal to his name. Keenan. It's been good also. Chance now. Van Eken. Plays that one across. Van Eken. Koch took it in the end. He might have been looking for Holmes, I think, that time, but nothing doing on this attack. Keenan. Players streaming forward. Van Eken keeps his feet well. Van Eken does nicely. Hatzimuratis looks to get inside. Has an option in the middle. Hatzimuratis goes the shot in the end and gathered up by Koch that time. South looking to extend this lead. Gasparis puts that one nice and high. The ball spilled. Southern Stars not out of danger yet. The clearance only goes straight back to Gasparis. Gasparis puts this one high. Kelly! That was a great chance. Sean Kelly, he'll feel he should have scored that one. South Melbourne opening up Southern Stars again.
South being very dominant in this first half, David, as we see another cross coming from the far side. Finds Kelly, maybe it's just slightly too high for him, but maybe he could have done better at the same time. In the end, Southern Stars lucky to hang on to only a 1-0 deficit.
Well, they'd love to double their lead before half-time, and Southern Stars not clearing again. Here comes Van Eken. We know he's dangerous. Van Eken with the left foot! That was oh so close. Beautifully hit, and there was only inches in that one, John.
That was a very, very tight shave there, David, as Van Eken gets the ball from quite a distance. In the end, he goes for a shot right on the half-time break. That is just wide. In fairness, I think the goalkeeper did have it covered, but nevertheless a great shot there.
Well, first chance of the second half. Gasparis stands over it. Gasparis, it's 2-0. Gasparis scores his second. South Melbourne double their lead. The free kick nicely struck around the wall into the bottom of the net. Well, John, what can you say about that?
It's a nicely taken goal, David. I think the goalkeeper could have done a bit better here, but as you see from the replay, Keenan does get in the way as well and perhaps blocks the goalkeeper there from view. Nevertheless, a fantastic free kick from Gaspar, nothing less than he deserves with his second goal of the night, and South with a commanding 2-0 lead.
Well, South continue to attack. Surely Southern Stars will need to change things up here if they're to get back in, but they won't do it like this. Van Eken, some nice footwork. Van Eken with the shot, and Koch at full stretch manages to bring the ball in. Well, Southern Stars, they need something going for them. Keenan loses his footing there a bit. Here comes Bonnie. Bonnie for Southern Stars, their first real chance. Nice footwork. Bonnie with the chance to shoot on the left. Bonnie puts that one wide. Well, that was their best chance of the night. They probably needed that for a bit of spark, but nothing doing. And on comes Andrew Vlahos. Young Reece Meredith, after a good game, makes way. It's Andrew Vlahos' 50th game for South Melbourne. The biggest cheer of the night will go for this man, Marinos Gasparis, 2-goal hero, making way for Andrew Katanos. Katanos likes to use his feet. Katanos does nicely. Rolls the little back heel. Van Eken puts the cross in. Back post. Sean Kelly, that's 3. Beautifully done by Sean Kelly. Hit it straight in. No chance for Koch that time. Well-crafted goal, and South Melbourne are good for their 3-0 lead. That's all for tonight, John.
Another fantastic finish here, David, and a well-worked move. Kartanos laying it off for Van Eken to cross to an unmarked Kelly at the back post. His half volleys hit into the ground and a cross goal into the back of the net. 3-0 for South, 3-0 in the first game, David, and 3-0 here against Southern Stars. A fantastic way to open the season.
Well, they're not done with yet here. Hatzimuratis. He knows about attacking. He puts that ball in high. A chance now. Well, it was Holmes again. He couldn't get any power behind the header. And now Tyson Holmes makes way for a bit of a fan favourite. Dimitriaris back in the side after serving his suspension from last season. That's good to see. Southern Stars, can they salvage something from the game? And no, they can't. That's all she wrote. South Melbourne 3-0 for the second week in a row. A perfect start to the season for them. This is exciting. The ovation for the fans is fantastic. And that man, Gus Salagas, will be very happy with that performance, John. And
well might he be, David. That's 2 away wins and 2 victories, David. 2 resounding 3-0 victories, in fact. And if we look at the key stats for the match, it will show that South has been completely dominant against the Southern Stars. 25 shots in total to 2, 14 shots on target to 0, 10 corners to 0, which just shows how dominant South were on the night, and hopefully they can continue this against Bentley next week.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. It's a great feeling. Obviously a great start. Got a double tonight. Look, as long as we keep winning, it doesn't matter who gets on the score sheet. As long as the boys keep winning the results, I guess we'll all be happy. Yeah, obviously we came in with a game plan knowing that they're going to sit back. So we just try to get them spread up wide as much as we can. We knew we were going to create chances. So we just said we'd get an early goal and just break their game plan. And obviously we did.
Now, the first one was obviously a great shot from range, and the second one particularly, I want to talk about that for a moment. I don't think I've seen you take a free kick for us, but it was an absolute ripper.
A few of the boys have stepped up the last week and that and during pre-season, and obviously Gus said whoever feels confident, step up. So I said to the boys, listen, I feel confident, and I went ahead and took it.
I've got Reece Meredith with me, and Reece, another fantastic game from yourself. You've had a great start for the club. I mean, since you've arrived, 2 wins and 2 3-0s.
Yeah, mate, can't complain. It's been great since I've started here. As long as the boys keep playing like that, it's magnificent.
And it looks like we've got a new combination up front. You and Tyson really seem to be running at the defence, putting a lot of pressure on them. Do you think that's something that's helping the team open up a lot of chances?
Yeah, I think in pre-season we talked about a lot, me, Rinko and Tyson really pressing from the front. I think you're starting to see it work down here. It's putting the defence under a lot of pressure and I think we're creating a lot of chances from it. So no, I think it's working well.
Now, your own background, how long have you been living in Melbourne now?
Mate, I've only been here about 3 months, previously in Queensland, so freshly moved here, but loving it so far.
Have you had any issues at all adapting to the new style of game down here, or even the weather? It's a bit cooler, obviously, than it usually is up in Queensland.
Yeah, it's a bit cooler, but the weather's been kind to me so far. They keep talking it's going to get colder, so I'm looking forward to a bit of colder weather. But no, it's been fine so far. I mean, all the teams taking me in well, and mate, it's all been good.
Now, be honest with me, Sean. Were you getting a little bored back there and you decided you had to come forward and get on the score sheet?
Hey, anytime I can get on the goal, from last season, anytime I can get on the scoreboard, I always do my best to. So I should have had a couple more today as well. I had a couple of headers that I could have done better with. So just glad to get the clean sheet, mainly the clean sheet. Forget about my goal. The lads done really well at the back, and I don't think Avalis had maybe more than 3 touches all game. So it's good for the lads, 2 clean sheets, and it's a great start for the club. I think we've come out with a game plan this year. I think we're trying to be more physical than last season, and pressing teams more and just coming out and showing teams what we've got to give and putting them on the back foot early. And I think it's working up to now. We're scoring 3 goals a game. Maybe should have had more last week, maybe again today on the chances, but let's just keep doing what we're doing and try and get the results. We're playing some good football as well at the minute. We're not just grinding out results, we're playing well, we're creating a lot of chances. So let's just keep going, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's go out there and treat every team the same.
And now be honest with us, you're thinking possibly Sean Kelly back-to-back Golden Boot playing as centre-half?
I'm not giving it up yet. It's still early, I'm still in the hunt. As long as I can get up there and get a couple. But as long as, more importantly, we get the result. That's what it's all about, getting the 3 points for the club.
Another away game, another away win, which is fantastic for us. And again, as I said last week, the most pleasing thing was to keep a clean sheet, and something that we failed to do quite a bit last year. And there's a different tempo to the team, there's a different intensity to the team, there's a different, for a better word, mongrel to the team, which is in the Victorian Premier League. You need a bit of that. Look, so far it's setting us in good stead, and we've got another away game next week, and from all accounts they had a really good victory at Bentley, so we've got to be cautious with that. And fortunately we're playing on this ground, and it was good for the boys to get a game on here before we play Bentley, so it's going to be a ripper game.
I suppose one of the best stories too, last year Marinos Gasparis had a solid season, but I think it's fair to say this year he's hit some of his best form in his career. He's just been fantastic so far.
Yeah, definitely. Towards the end of last year, Gaspar was probably at the crossroads, and we sat down and we had a good chat, and there's no doubting his football ability. He's a great footballer, and we just sat down and we said, look, get a good pre-season into you, and then your soccer, your feet will do the talking. And credit to him, he knuckled down. His times were fantastic in all the running that we did, and he's reaping the benefits now. He's scored a couple of goals, 2-3 goals. So yeah, he's probably in career best form, and onwards and upwards, I suppose.